So, I mean, I think down the line, Stook plays like he's 1,500. Like, everybody is like 200 or 300 points underrated compared to the average. And I guess it has something to do with the style of my stream, how it's kind of geared toward serious improvement, rather than just hanging out and just playing bullet or whatever, like a lot of chess streamers do. Yeah, I've noticed this too. I mean, it sounds like I'm just making it up, but like literally everyone seems really tough. It's elite. And then, you know, Bob, of course, doesn't play rated games. It doesn't help if you don't play rated games. I've got network error. What's going on? Network error? Okay, why would I have a network error? Got wired internet here. It should be fine. You don't really play chess, neither do I, Bob. You know, it's all relative. We all don't play chess. Uh-oh, there was a network error again. We seriously went down. Are we alright? Got no drop frames, but I might have lost my internet connection. Yeah, I think I lost my internet connection went out. Usually this Hungarian internet is really good. Much better than my American internet. But obviously any internet is going to go down. What's your name on lichess, Bob? Bob, you're not in the tournament, right? Fossifigo, you sent me a message yesterday, right? I think I was too sick to read your message, Fossifigo. I think I tried to read it, then I was like passing out due to illness. I'll have to check that out a little bit later. No, I think we went down for 8 seconds. Just a brief internet loss of connection. I sound a little weird, but it's better than it was. I can breathe. I'm not like wheezing and stuff. He was a disgraced former member of the stream. So Bob naturally created a... Bob honors all the disgraced members of our crew. An investigative journalist from Southeast Asia. Juicebox was here the other day, but he wasn't here long. The time difference is pretty big. Alright, what else is up? We're about to start. Marwa is massively underrated. Just like I'm 200 points underrated. He's 200 points underrated. This guy's always underrated. Unicorn's a little underrated. I lost to him, right? Big Money's definitely underrated. So everybody's... It's a good thing it's not a rated tournament, because we would not be getting our money's worth here. I mean, I could be like 2,300 in my sleep, but I'm literally so sick the last day or two that I just played like garbage. Starting in 18 seconds. Sparkle Horse Arena. Sorry, next week we'll have the Ponda 5 Arena. Hello. Hello, Morwa. Alright. Yes, we're playing your favorite Morwa. Micro Ponda. Tonsillitis. Just get them removed. That's what I did. That's not a problem any longer. My early 20s, I had my tonsils removed. The best thing I ever did. I would have tonsillitis right now if it wasn't for that. Do I have crashed internet again? Is that why I'm not getting a game here? What is going on? Starting in 0-0. I guess I should refresh my page again. Why did my game not start? What happened? So I got like not a game because my internet hiccuped? That's weird. I didn't do it on purpose, I swear. I swear I didn't like miss, you know. I thought I was going to play more WoW. Then Scoble showed up like in the 3 seconds when my internet cut out. Now I have no game. That sucks. Right behind the 8 ball to start with. I think I had a 2-second internet loss. Scoble playing the Philidor. Exchange Philidor, but he's playing in a kind of weird way. Like normally you're trying to get pressure. You're trying to get pressure down the E file for black, but he didn't set up anything there. That just looks like a strange position for black. It's not really the normal plan. I've got to play Bombast. Kidding me. Bombast is like another guy who's like 200 rating points. Underrated. Yeah, okay. Berserks. Are Berserks good in this time control? Good question. Why is H3 like a rare move in that position? I was a little nervous he had some sort of E6 sacrifice. My normal stuff doesn't seem to work so well against Bombast, so I decided to play the Alyukin. Sometimes it messes people up. They don't see it that frequently, so they have a hard time. Or some people just don't play well against hypermodern defenses. Yeah, alright, I'll try to berserk people. I'm just thinking, is it logical in this time control? It's definitely not logical in the rapid games. A lot of people will argue that berserking doesn't make sense in increment at all. Sudden death, it makes more sense, but you're giving up too much when there's an increment, I think. I feel like this is kind of passive. What is he doing? He just does whatever he wants. A totally made up variation against Alekhine's defense, which I've never seen in my life. Just randomly overextend everything. There's no problem. Trust me, I'm better than I was. I'm sorry for coughing, guys, but I couldn't have streamed if I was not significantly better than before. So what's up here? Is white overextended, or is it just that he have like a space advantage? My grammar is excellent. No, I've been getting some internet hiccups. I'm a little bit concerned because I have the internet connected through a USB port, and my fear is that that's probably not a good idea. I mean, a direct USB port to my computer would be one thing, but it's going through like a splitter. Does anybody know anything like technically enough to say if they thought that would affect my internet connectivity? So I have it going through like a USB 2.0 splitter. The feeling that might slow down my internet connection. Knight D3 check. Probably does nothing. Laluo. I didn't realize who it was that said that. Laluo, good to see you. I know I sound horrible, but I'm much better than I was yesterday evening. I was pretty sick. Uber driver. It'll take more than I know, why is the chat so lonely? Acerbate's not here. That's very strange. It'll take more than a little cold to bring down my stream. Soltigo's playing video games. The origin of Soltigo. Soltigo origins. My bishop is just an accident waiting to happen on c5, it seems like. Might as well just like preemptively retreat it. Play like f5 or f6 or something. Put my king on f7. If I castle long, then he hits me on f7 with knight g5. If I castle short, if I castle short, my king's away from the center. All right, Bob. Let's not pick on him. Maybe I should play knight d7. I mean, that thing sucks anyway. But then he's got knight b5, and I just can resign. Tricky. This looks ridiculously passive. I mean, but this guy's score is of an IM level play. He's got 50% against me out of 37 games or something. I've been suspicious of him, though he claims he's not an engine. He plays too well for his rating on lichess. So I don't know what his deal is, but he's consistently 200 points too low. And any score like that should be a player who's like around 2350 FIDE at least. And he's like dominating me every game. Last time I think I just resigned after 15 moves out of frustration. He just keeps coming back though, no matter how irritated I get that he's too good for his rating. So if I castle queenside, he's got knight g5. This is what I was talking about before. f6 is like a radical solution. Probably not a solution at all, actually. Just a problem. I'm just groveling for a draw. Always a good feeling against a 2100 player. No, I mean, he plays, like I've said this before, he plays the FIDE master level at least. But I mean, FIDE masters aren't 2100 on lichess. They're like 23, 2400 plus, all the way up to 26. So, I mean, I'm 2293 now. So, you know, at his bottom, if he's a FIDE master level player, at his bottom rating, I could see like getting down to 2161, but he's there all the time. Like, he's always 2100. And that doesn't make sense, you know, for his level of play. He should be in the 2300s all the time, occasionally higher, and maybe occasionally lower. This position is equal. I guess either side can lose with bad play. Equal but imbalanced. Good king for white, more space, but the pawns potentially fixed on dark squares could be liabilities. Finds the right plan automatically. All right, back to the drawing board. Weird hesitation there. He's got the better king position coming up to e4, which compensates for his worst minor piece and pawns fixed on dark squares. I might as well just offer a draw here. He's 2200 rapid, 2000 bullet, 2000 classical. Only to get my rook in the game. Oh, he missed that. He allowed g6. Oh, he's got takes. Rook takes h1, g7, of course. He's seen that already in advance. Ridiculous. Forever, Bob. Don't be stupid, Bob. All right. So it's like equal now. I don't want to give him a pass pawn. He instantly knows the move, like, even before it's time to play it. Nothing strange about this guy. Found a way to clear the 7th rank. Now he's going to start having threats. He practically plays the move before he even sees what I played. I really don't want to play this guy anymore. I'm serious. I'm just gonna like resign against him from now on, because it's ridiculous. He's just like way too good for his rating. The fact that you beat him, Bob, doesn't bode well for the whole case. Did you beat me? Have you beat me, Bob? No, I just lost my rook. Okay, good game. I'm just gonna like not play him anymore. It's ridiculous. Drop my rook. Didn't even see it was attacked. That's why I'm like 2,293 now. But I'm tired of playing this like sandbagger guy, you know? I'm just not gonna play him anymore. I'm just gonna like ban him. There's no way he's 2,100. It's ridiculous. He plays too well. plays like 2400, 2350 at least. I'm just gonna like block him and not play him anymore. I don't appreciate that, you know, people with this suspicious rating. I mean, this is a guy I've played 34 games. He has an even score with International Master now, and he's claiming he's 2100 FIDE. I mean, I would own like 2100 FIDEs, like probably like 3-1 or something like that. Eidos Perpetua. Okay, I guess I should go berserk. But I've got to play badly and fast. The last game was just a complete waste of time. He's unbeatable anyway, so it was senseless for me to even play the game. I should have either just offered a draw at move 15 or something, or just resigned and played the next game. It's impossible to beat the guy. Just knight g6 is a very bad square. But he plays faster than I do, and I'm the one that's berserking. One apiece. That's why the knight is not good on g6. Interferes with the bishop. Now I have more points than Bombast. Terry, where are you? You're not playing? Terry Lilas, aka Marwa. You lost against, who was it? Scoble? Yeah, you lost against Scoble. He's tricky. He's a tricky guy. No, my allergy, it's not an allergy, Jim. It's, I'm sick. Concretely. I realized yesterday that I'm living in a fantasy world. I just have some kind of virus or bacteria. It was dawning on me, you know, this allergy story. When I couldn't almost breathe yesterday, I was like, wait, this is not an allergy. It's been a long time since I was sick, so I forgot what it was like, but this is it. I'm gonna be better though. I'm already better. Much better than yesterday night. I think we're gonna recover quickly. My rating took the worst hit. This is the second player I've had do this recently, where they put the queen on d2 instead of e2. It's actually not that bad for white, strangely. In the Velimirovich, it's always on e2. Kind of a weird setup for white, but I need to play quickly. I hope this works. Well, if he loses his central pawn, he's not going to be a happy camper. I didn't even consider knight takes knight, queen takes e5. It's probably not good. You haven't been sick for 3 years or so. The Greek climate, Mediterranean diet. All right. Wait a minute. b4. Okay, this just entered the twilight zone. I hope this guy, this 1200, doesn't calculate like a grandmaster. Because if he does, which has been the case a lot lately with my opponents, I could be in trouble. I don't have a fever at all. I didn't even think I was sick. Like, that's why I didn't think I was sick. You know, I thought, oh, it's allergies. But I almost couldn't breathe yesterday, and I started getting all these other things that made me think I'm definitely sick. Now I think there he has just knight takes knight, knight takes knight, pawn takes, queen takes, bishop d7, bishop a4. I'm not a doctor, but I know that I'm sick. But I really had allergies, and I thought that's what it was. But it suddenly dawned on me last night that it's more serious. Yeah, we've got like cold medicine and stuff. I'm fine. The thing was, like, the night before I couldn't sleep because the cough was so bad. But then last night I took like NyQuil, which is an American cough medicine, or, you know, like cold medicine. And it helped me to sleep, and I feel better now. As long as I can sleep, I'll be fine. I slept a lot today. Actually, I feel significantly recovered. All right, I'm down to a minute here with the berserking. American cough medicine, or like NyQuil, it's pretty good. They don't have it here in Europe. I mean, I don't know if they have anything quite equivalent to that. You can take like these powders and stuff, which aren't bad. You probably have the same stuff in Greece. But I literally wasn't sick for like since this time last year. Anyway, something more interesting. Let's talk about the tournament. Taza Kingley, 10-year-old Marty DeBerge. What's this about? He gives up the dark squared bishop. You can win an exchange now? Not exactly. Not so easy, buddy. I was almost on c4, but it's like c4, bishop takes, bishop c5, knight d4, and I don't have anything. And screw this f5 thing. I mean, he's been threatening that. He's been threatening that forever, you know. And I could have done c4 actually now, but let's just shut it down. If he's gonna do f5, he's gonna have to play like a sack a piece or something. The f5, I just don't want to see. Actually, c4, queen d4 was a weird move. Hitting my rook on h8. I could have done it last move though. Knight g3, c4 wins the exchange. Bishop takes c4, bishop c5. I'm not very sharp tactically, and that's why I'm down to 2293. I would normally be like 200 points higher, 250. Now he stopped it. Lam. I mean, where I come from, people that are 1200 usually drop pieces and stuff. But I'm surprised. But I'm really surprised, like playing in the open daily Blitz tournament and stuff like that. The level of play of some of the players who are supposed to be like 1200 is incredible. You know, they'll give me like a tough game from beginning to end, where I barely grind them down like a pawn up or something like that, if I'm lucky. You know, I mean, that's incredible. That's like, how would you be 1200? You should be much higher rated. People are capable of playing incredibly well from time to time. Guys, please support the stream. Alms on Twitch, Merle Dixon or Lovichess was here yesterday. Acerbate. Let's get a bit war going. I mean, I understand if you're like 1800 or 1700 and you play a really good game, but 1200s who like play the entire game, good for beginning to end, without making like serious mistakes, maybe just a little inaccuracy here and there. Some of them are like incredibly like strategic in their style and stuff. Can I do this? Am I gonna regret this? I've been trying to do this tactic all day. I win the exchange for a pawn. But he's got some attacking chances like knight f5, knight h5, f5. Maybe there's some sort of tricks. Not really enough though. f5 doesn't quite work. But it's easy to forget there's an increment. Alright, that's enough. He has an increment, I don't. So time is his problem. It must be why he's 1200. He plays pretty well, but he's 1200 because he loses on time. There's a lot of people like that, actually. Uber driver, Morwa, so are regulars. What's that? Jim. You lost 200 rating points to a 1400. He destroyed me in bullet, and I was really wondering if I'm 1400 or less myself. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, 1400 shouldn't be destroying you in any time control. If you're like 1800. Rosa Grizzle says he was like 1700 Rapid Classical, 1200 in Blitz, or something like that. That's a bit of an exaggeration. I mean, really, there shouldn't be like more than a 200 point differential, I think. I didn't berserk. Well, I think between any of the time controls, I keep doing this move order. I'm like an idiot. Like, I keep telling myself not to do knight c3, and I just keep doing it. It's like a really bad habit. I can't get an e4 and d4, which I really need to play here. So 1700 is extremely accurate in opening. And I didn't play e6 though, that's the best move. Guy yesterday did that against me. I managed to beat him. This guy Malibu, who's like constantly playing in the hourly Blitz tournaments. He's kind of like bombist. He's like 2060 something, but he constantly wins the hourly Blitz tournaments. And he's more like 2300. He played this line with the e6 against me. I got nothing for white. This line is fine for black. I say this is like kind of the main line of the symmetrical English, but I think that this move order you can exploit best by playing e6 here. Jim, thank you for the donation. Guys, Jim started the bit war with 200. Thank you, Jim. Interesting move. I don't think I've ever really thought about this move independently. I'm not really sure what I should do. Maybe we revert back to the main line where queen c7 isn't really a normal move. I mean, maybe bullet is a separate thing in and of itself, but for the most part, you really shouldn't have more than a 200 point difference between your ratings in classical Blitz and rapid. And if you do, I'm normally suspicious that someone is like playing with multiple people on the same account, or sometimes they do that. Like daddy plays the Blitz and then his little son plays like bullet or something. Little brother. Whatever. Steam Express. National epidemic here. We're in Hungary. Steam Express as well. Does the Wii, but I like wasn't really around any sick people. Though my son had something. I probably got it from him from the school. I was like around in and out of the hospital constantly for the last 4 months with my mom. Like, so I kind of was like, okay, my immune system must be really solid. But I was like washing my hands all the time. You're like going in and out of hospitals every day. You kind of become like paranoid. But here, I wasn't thinking about it. Check race. I wasn't even thinking it was a poker player. My poker life is like, I spent like 8 years of my life on poker, and now it's all like a thing of the past. I never think about it. I mean, I play poker, but I don't do it professionally, and it's just like doesn't even occur to me. It's a play on words. Check raise. Interesting, Bob. Bob, are you going to become a mod? Can I trust Bob? I have to say, like, I really appreciate Bob for the time that I left the stream on, and he called my house to tell me that I left the stream on. You know, I thought that was a really class thing to do. As much as he likes to be a sort of troll, he's a good guy. I just didn't want the pawn on a7. I'm like changing plans from moment to moment. Like I could just take this pawn. No, let's just go for strategy instead. Well, it's not my home phone. It was my mom's landline. It was like public information. Old school landlines, you know. You can just look it up. Nothing I could do. Don't ask for me. But I thought that was a class thing. Because I really didn't know the stream is still on. I think I was like yelling at my mom. Queen e7. We go back for the pawn again with knight b5, bishop a3. And my mom is driving me crazy. She's extremely difficult. We've got a kind of aide to take care of her, but nobody can be taking care of someone for 24 hours a day. No one person can do that. You know, you need like a team of people. Do I miss playing poker? Yeah. And I wouldn't, you know, I miss like the days when I felt like I could trust that online poker was legit, but I became paranoid increasingly over a long period of time that it was like rigged to some degree. And that increased my frustration. But yeah, I miss playing poker like very much. I play, you know, with friends, and I would still play occasionally in tournaments. But I would need a large bankroll, I think, to have enough motivation to continue to do it full time. And if anyone wants to donate, like, not donate, but anyone wants to sponsor me with $100,000, I think I would need that much to be motivated to play again. Otherwise, it's not worth it. You know, you need to play a high enough stake. There are all these guys kids from all over the world who are playing like, I think that's what caused the decline of poker, really. Kids playing like online poker for pennies and stuff. We cheapened the game. I mean, it was better when it was like rich fish like playing $50 sit and goes. Then it became like little kids who were like professionals playing like $1 sit and goes really well. You know, it's just like, you might as well just go and work at McDonald's if you're gonna like play poker all day to like win $20 or something. it doesn't make sense, you know. So it kind of ruined the game. I think the lowering the average of what people were willing to play for. The sites didn't care because they're just making money no matter how high the stakes are. But it sucks when players who are playing like $1 sit and goes are competent. I mean, I remember when like even like $50 sit and goes were really weak. What's emesis? Well, of course, I mean, if somebody backed me, I'd have to, like, you know, pay them like a percentage of whatever I win, you know. I never had a backer. I always backed myself in poker, but, you know, I think it's just not, you know, I was playing too low at the end. Lost 2 games, Rise, because I haven't made a sacrifice in a while. Thanks, Big Money. Big Money donating 211. He's sacrificing 211 bits. Bob, exactly. You know, I mean, it was a lot of information more publicly available, and then they start playing for nothing. I mean, I used to play stakes ranging up to like $500 sit and goes back in the day. You know, and then it's like now they're good players in the $1 tournaments. I mean, it's ridiculous. You gotta do something better with your life. All right, check raise really hanging on there. Emesis and Big Money, thank you for your donations supporting the stream. Back in the day, don't extra me. The heads up, I never really did. It's extremely labor intensive. You know, those are tough. You really have to focus and pay attention to, you know, the opponent. And I felt like I couldn't multi-table when I was playing heads up, so I never really did a lot of heads up. It's a specialist thing. Yeah. So, and I never played shorthanded a lot. I always like to play full ring games. I kind of suck at like shorthanded. I don't think I even ever won like a shorthanded tournament, like a 6-man table tournament. Maybe like once or something, but sort of heads up poker is a special thing, unique. Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how either. Like if you're multi-tabling like the heads up tournaments, I mean, that's extremely hard because you have to pay like really close attention to what your opponent is doing in heads up. And I don't know how you could multi-table. Like a couple I could see, you know, but not more than like 2 or 3. I brought up the poker thing because of my opponent's check raise name. But he's really, I've noticed that my opponent is like, the worse his position gets, the tougher he plays. You get opponents like that sometimes. This was like, man, if this was, what am I doing here? If this was like berserked, I'd be in trouble now. He's defending way beyond his rating, creating a fortress like very, very tough. This is gonna take like pulling teeth to win this. No, finally. He shouldn't have loosened his position with d5 though. He had a pretty good fortress going on there. Finally made a mistake on time. Yeah, I mean, heads-up displays and all kinds of software was allowed at different points. But that's okay, you know, in online poker. I never had a problem with that, you know, a lot of people do. But as long as everybody has the same advantage, I don't care, you know. But I stopped trusting the sites themselves at one point. My results were really freaky. I had a lot of very skewed statistics. Oh, man. Okay. Well, anyway, we had more volunteers to become a mod. Vishy the player. This is another player like Bombast, who I said I wasn't going to play anymore, right? Did I block him? I just didn't want to play him anymore. He's like an IM strength 1800. Anyway, guys, 10-year-old in second place, Taza Kingsley, Ben Kingsley, searching for Bobby Fischer. I never played on Absolute Poker. I know all about that, but I played on Ultimate Bet. Yeah, I mean, that was scary. But I just don't like that there's no, there's no transparency for these poker sites as far as their programming and stuff like that. I mean, everything should be transparent as far as how the sites operate. Live poker. Is there a live poker? Well, you should just report anybody rather than publicly shaming them. I mean, this isn't lichess, the Twitch stream, so you could say what you want here, but don't like publicly shame them on lichess. Just report them if you think they're cheating, and then someone will ban them. But it's ridiculous that people cheat in casual tournaments. Do I think starting with poker? I think you're late. You're like 20 years late. But I don't know. I mean, it's probably not too late to start. I'm just not sure if I trust online poker anymore. I definitely trusted it at some point. Depends on where you are, and I don't know. I mean, it's certainly fine as a hobby, but I'm not sure I would want to do it. The other thing is that there's been so much crackdown on online poker from the government, and that it's just sort of reduced the number of people playing a lot. Vishy the player. You're playing like another Indian player who used to play me a lot, who played the closed Sicilian with white. I mean, I shouldn't discourage anybody from playing poker, but I'm not sure I trust sites. There's no transparency to how they operate the sites. I mean, it's pretty scary. Like, would you play like in an online casino, like slots or something like that? I certainly wouldn't. I don't know about you guys, I know people that do. It's pretty scary. I don't like gamble really, like when it comes to casino games, like slots and roulette and stuff like that. Maybe like occasionally just for fun, but I certainly wouldn't trust like online casino. I mean, that's what I feel like online poker could become, or it has already. Untrustworthy. Alright, so, but who knows? Space advantage. Watching the Christchurch shooting. Come on, Bob. Why would anybody want to do that? Don't even mention it in the stream. You'll just encourage like the crazy neo-Nazi troll that we get constantly. You're just one of those people who does the opposite of whatever the government tells you to do on principle. So I have 4 games against this opponent, and they have 50% against me, and they're supposed to be 1800 on lichess. Like, that's believable. Basically, he doesn't make mistakes. I don't know how I managed to beat him once. 5 plus 3. Yeah, in Blitz, he has 50% against me, which is like a 2350 plus FIDE performance. I think I'm actually underrated. My current FIDE rating is like 2340 something. I'm probably like 60, 75 points underrated. Surprised he didn't win a pawn there. I mean, avoid losing the pawn with h3. I'm afraid I missed something. Uncharacteristic of this guy to not make, to make mistakes. I think if you guys just cheat against you because, yeah, of course, Freddie. I mean, I've been really happy with lichess, as I said lately. I literally didn't have to report any cheaters at all since a long time, which is a tribute to how good a job lichess has really done in just not, condoning cheating, which a lot of sites condone it by not doing anything about it, Yeah, people are motivated to cheat against me more than, let's say, the random game, because I'm a higher rated player. They can show their friends, hey, I beat like a title player online or whatever. Yeah, absolutely. But it's not rated. That's why I play casual games, not to encourage people to cheat. Again, guys, I apologize for my cough. I'm just recovering from a bad cold, which I thought was allergies, but it's definitely an illness. I mean, I don't know. I've played this player 4 games. I mean, it's possible there's statistical anomaly, that he just happened to get lucky that, I have only 50% against him. But that size of rating difference, I mean, I'm normally 2500. He's around 19. This is 600 rating point difference. He should be scoring like probably a half out of 4 at most. Instead, he has like 2 out of 4. That's, it's not definitive evidence that somebody, had assistance, but there's increasing likelihood when they have scores like that. The other thing I don't like to see is big differences in the ratings, as I mentioned before. If I see like someone has 2200 in classical and like, 1700 in Blitz, then I'm not going to play them. I mean, there's just no way that's even possible, even if you were like 80 years old. Take care, Ludwig. Thanks for joining us. No offense, but the lines that resort to engine, oh, they should be ashamed. Absolutely, sir. I mean, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, the problem is that sometimes there's false positives. I mean, there's no way there's not going to be some false positives. So sometimes people that get accused of being a cheater, like, you may be right most of the time, but like sometimes people are just like saying everybody who they lose to is a cheater. So they go around the chat just on lichess, like spouting out in a tournament. Every tournament they play, they're yelling out people's names, like who they are, who's a cheater. And they're wrong like most of the time. Heading for G4. Let's see if I calculated this correctly. Yeah, of course, Ludwig. Hey, what's up, Nils? Everyone's a cheater until proven otherwise. But I mean, you got to draw the line somewhere, you know. I think the policy on lichess of just not publicly shaming people is pretty correct, you know, because a lot of times, if we let you do that, you know, then a lot of other people are going to say, well, all these people are cheating who aren't cheating, and then it's better just to leave it up to the administrators. If they don't do anything, you know, then I would resort to publicly shaming. But I think the lichess basically does a fairly good job, unlike other sites. Guys, please support the stream. Big Money, Jim, Alms on Twitch this week, Orlova Chess, Merle Dixon, Emesis, and Asterbate. Thanks, guys. Is Asterbate still here? Boyd. So whoever Tazza Kingsley is pretty good. Leading the tournament. Oh, London. Yeah, chess.com. You can't even find the link to like report cheaters. You have to like mail them like a, I think you have to mail in like a, what do you call it? When you get like a notarized form to report someone to cheat. That way it makes it, you know, more of a hassle to report people. Number one, that's less for them to have to deal with. And number two, it helps to prevent, like, you know, paid users from getting banned. It's just a, you know, it's a way of avoiding an unpleasant situation for chess.com. Yeah, but I mean, it's ridiculous, Wesley. So okay, like, what chess site would he not encounter a lot of cheaters? I mean, it's ridiculous. He's like the biggest target in the world because he's 2,700. I mean, these people are, it's like red meat, man. It doesn't matter what site he played on. He's guaranteed to get people cheating against him. I don't know what he's thinking, you know, by making a big deal about it. Why would he put himself out there? You know, it's like inevitable. He just behaved really, you know, he's immature. I mean, he's a young guy, and it takes a lot of, I still get tilted by people cheating against me, and he's only like, what, in his early 20s? I mean, it's hard to deal with it, but he's just got to realize, like, that's unavoidable. You know, it wouldn't have mattered what chess site he was playing on. Of course they're going to cheat against him. To say they beat, like, one of the world's best players, I mean, I don't know how he didn't expect that to happen. It's crazy to, like, cry about it. No, he just behaved really childishly. But he's young. I mean, what can you do? So, bishop takes, knight takes, queen a5, check. Knight c3, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. Standard Benoni trick. I mean, hopefully the London player doesn't like playing against the Benoni. I should draw your attention to Simon Williams, grandmaster from England, who also does online, you know, training, streaming. He, I think, discussed this at some point in his teachings. I saw maybe on that other evil chess site, I'm not sure, Ginger GM. I've got different weapons against the London, but I told you guys what happened against Miklos Galyash last December when I had to play. The most dangerous is when you play an opponent who has more weapons than just the London. You know, I played against Galyash and I set up with g6. It was like d4, knight f6, knight f3. And when I played g6, he's not going to play the London. He went into a King's Indian. When I play e6, he would have gone into a London because he liked that better. So I think the London, it's a good opening, but if that's the only opening you've got, it's going to leave you pretty limited. Boyd kind of made some. He's got something going on here. Bishop f6. Should I take with the knight? Is that what you're telling me? I guess I can take either way. Any idea how the GM player base is split among lichess? Jesus Christ. Ellipse, what are you talking about? GM player base? I don't know what you're referring to. You're talking about here on lichess, or is it like a chess-based product? Or what are you referring to? I'm not that up on like any kind of like professional databases and stuff. Am I ill? I am ill. I'm ill will. I have a lot of ill will. I'm ill. I was blaming my guinea pigs on giving me allergies, but it's not. But I'm much better than I was last night. Last night I was like, oh, I'm not going to stream. I'm really sick, but it's not that bad now. I mean, where top players play. The GM player base. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like kind of a concrete like product or something. Well, I mean, you know, there's a few people that play on chess.com. I guess, you know, those people who get paid or they're like sponsored by chess.com. I can't imagine any good player wanting to play on chess.com because their software sucks. You know, it's probably like the worst chess software I've ever seen for like an online site. It just hurts my eyes to even look at it. It sucks. It's like clunky and horrible. So I don't think any grandmaster would like want to play on chess.com like voluntarily. ICC still got like some, you know, ICC was like the best site for a long time, but they've never improved the site in like the last 15 years. So they've lost most of their following. So I would think it would be moving more to lichess and chess24. I never played on chess24. It's probably not quite as good as lichess. The single malt would be good. Yeah, that's a great suggestion, T-Dark. The only hard alcohol in my house is some Bacardi rum, I think. I don't know if that's good for... I guess anything is good, though. I'm really not that bad. I feel fine. I actually couldn't breathe like 2 days ago. I thought it was like allergies. But I realized yesterday that it's not. I'm just sick. But I already feel better since yesterday. Single malt is better than Bacardi rum. Yeah, that's true. I didn't buy the Bacardi rum for myself. We say in Hungarian, nagyon drága, which means like expensive. What I need is Hungarian palinka, like homemade palinka. Any Hungarians here on the stream know what I'm talking about? Is Steam Express still here? Stream Express? Amiibo doing a good job kind of like fishing and looking for ways to probe for some sort of tricks. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I mean, he's basically down a pawn, but he's keeping his chances alive and kind of complicating the game with h4, h5. I think it's not a bad plan when you're down a pawn to create some chaos. Man, yeah, of course, I'd like some single malt right now. You're Romanian and they know about palinka. Well, I mean, it's like, you know, all across. But it has a different name in Romania. I mean, if you're Romanian, it has a different name, I guess. Palinka is like Hungarian. They must have, what is it called in Romanian? I probably know, but I forgot. Slibovic. I thought that Slibovic was like a brand name or something. I'm crazy. So they use the name. Oh, there's Gita B. She's got a knowledge of Hungarian. The palinka is East European. So it's palinka too in Romania. Okay, I didn't think that for some reason. I thought they had a different name among the Romanians. Can you imagine everybody would want their own name for it? Anyway, Gita B, I need some palinka now. I'm all out. I need to visit Transylvania. They always give me palinka as a gift. I visit the relatives in Transylvania. I haven't been out there in a while. Tweeka. But I apologize for sounding so crappy. Alright, what's up with the A file here? Let's just trade some stuff. The long diagonal looks juicy. How do you get there from here? His pieces are like annoyingly placed. Knight on d4. So this move. I'm surprised he exchanged. I thought he should play like rook c1. Exchanging just helps me trying to set up tactics with knight e6 and stuff. Like knight c7, knight c7, queen c7, knight e6, check, takes, queen g6, check. I'm like busted. There's a lot of ways this could go wrong, essentially. A little extra insurance about the g6 square. Cowardly Pawns, or Coward Pawns, says in Transylvania we have a big Hungarian community. Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Knight d6 doesn't work. I'm trying to set up this thing that doesn't even work. I was going to play queen d5, wait at bishop f3. Now queen d5, bishop f3 is not possible. He has to play f3. And I can force a weakening of his king side. I can force a trade of pieces if I want to with e5. I probably have better. I could just take this pawn on h5 actually. But that's sometimes bad when you lose your focus and you just start randomly playing a different move. You know, now you can have some sort of tricks. But honestly, that pawn was causing me some problems. And I hope this works. I hope I don't lose a piece here. Okay, that wasn't my fear. My fear was g4. g4 was unclear. I thought I had some stuff there. Too many pawns. Bombas has a perfect score. I'm not going to play him anymore. Just I'll resign. I mean, it's ridiculous. Hope I don't get paired with him. Is he playing now? I'll just avoid playing him. He's too good. I mean, he wins every single time I play him now. He's got 50%. I am strength 2100. I looked at g4 T-Dark and I thought I had enough tricks, so I allowed it. But I wasn't 100% sure if it really worked. Somebody dropped their queen. All right, Berserk against Lom again. I don't remember our first game. Yeah, Romania has a fascinating history. You could spend a lifetime just on the history of that country alone. Okay, knight f3 I guess is pretty lame. You can play bishop g5 here, then d5. I like best. You're like queen takes. My friend David Vigorito wrote a book on the classical Nimzo. I think he advocated queen takes d5 for black. Now this is like kind of bad. You're either supposed to take with the pawn or the queen, not with the knight. Now you end up with like a bad semi-tarash, basically, where you lose a tempo. Like knight takes, pawn takes, bishop e7. You're down a tempo. I have queen c2 for free. Or this is even worse now. You just don't have a bishop pair. That's a huge mistake by black. You can take with the pawn or take with the queen. I think Magnus likes to play pawn takes. Queen takes, the idea is, I guess, bishop d2, queen f5. Queen f5, ef5. f5. Okay, I understand. You got to do something. Man, I need that Palinka. Or whiskey. I'll accept either one. But I think we're on the mend. You know, it was like, I think I reached my... Pawn de Cam is frozen again. I think I reached my my worst peak moment last night, and I'm on the recovery stage now. In these type of positions where you do like the Dutch or the English defense, and you play f5 to break, I feel like whenever you have to take with the pawn, it's always bad. I'm not really sure though. I have enough on f7 to just crush him directly. This looks like a really, really bad, like, Petrov defense for black. I only got a minute and a half. No, they dropped a piece. T-Dark, you're not from Romania, are you? I thought you were, like, from the Netherlands or something. I don't know why. I never remember anything. You think his wife had many shoes? It's like the wife of all successful poker players. Bags and shoes. That's where all your money goes. I'll try to fix the Ponda Cam when we finish this game. Guys, you can make a streaming donation if you click on the Ponda GIF underneath the Twitch page. Make some streaming donations. We need some fresh blood. Now we're talking about Transylvania. So T-Dark is from the Netherlands, okay. My memory, yeah. Well, my first wife said that I had a memory like a sieve. And obviously, if you're a professional chess player. I don't think that I'm that good though. I think that I'm above average in memory, but a lot of chess players are like brilliant, you know, have just brilliant memories. I don't think that that's my strong point. I can't compare to, you know, some memory experts. They used to say that Anand has like a photographic memory for openings and stuff. I probably have a good memory, but not an unbelievable memory, you know, way above average. But they say that Anand could like memorize an encyclopedia of openings or something like that, practically. Never Odd or Even, thanks for the donation. Real big money, Jim. Never Odd or Even just joined the top 3. It's only Tuesday. I lose track of what day it is. We'd like to see some people get into the green. Jim with another 100 to be the bit leader. Now we got a regular bit war. All right. We got to escape Bombus. He's still playing. I'm going to take this cough drop in lieu of whiskey. And due to lack of whiskey, the Berserk strategy. Well, I can play fast when I have to. But if I'm out of practice at playing fast, it's like hopeless. I mean, I used to play people in like 30-second to 5 minutes. Like over the board, you know. I'm actually faster with real pieces than I am with a digital board. But that's the same thing. Like if you don't practice, you lose it. You lose your coordination. I had the same game against the Greek Grandmaster Dimitrios Agnos. I think it was like c6 castles. This is weird because I can go knight b5 sometimes. Alright, no time to explain stuff when I'm like berserking. You gotta resist the temptation to do that. Bob, you have this game every other day? Do you play this line against the King's Indian too? I have an insane score with white. I did lose to Yuri Shulman and Julio Becerra. But I think those are the only 2 games I ever lost with white. They both happen to be grandmasters. This is a problem. We're going to focus on f5, not allowing that. We control the f5, and then we control the white squares. And systematic. You actually started to play chess to improve your memory. That's interesting. So this uncovered the bishop's control of f5. I'm not quite sure where he's going. Very standard position for me. We systematically grab the f5 square. It's not, even f3 is interesting. I wonder about this. Maybe this is a mistake. I know Fossifigo has beaten me once. That's kind of scary. Maybe I shouldn't have berserked against them. Thanks guys for the donations, making me feel better. But I'm seriously breathing better. Like for a while, like 2 nights ago, I couldn't sleep because I couldn't breathe. But if I can breathe, I can sleep and I can get better and I'll be better. Well, I mean, there's something to Ellipse's comment there. You don't lose because of poor memory. I mean, you can lose because of poor memory. If you mix up the moves in the opening in a theoretical position, you know, it can be very detrimental if it's a very sharp position. I've certainly, you know, lost half points because of that. I'm not quite sure what this is about. Knight g4. He wants to play like queen f6 and kick me out. That'll actually lose a knight. No, I think he missed his best chance there, but this already may not be that bad. Alright. Interesting. Black's threatening f5. You leave me with no choice. I don't know. Black has some counterplay here. What's that about? Concrete plan? Yep. Sorry for cracking the... Alright, I'm happy to trade queens. Black has counterplay. Really good game by Fossifigo. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot's going on, but he's done a good job to avoid getting tied up. T-Dark, thanks for the donation. Playing less than a year is no time. Coward pawn. I mean, and for a year I was like 1,200. It's pretty normal. But I didn't play online. I mean, I'm talking about over the board. But I guess it's close to the same. Now we change his knight. Try to change it off anyway. Exchange it. I'm speaking Eastern European. A lot of times I simplify my word choice so people understand me better if I talk like them. G4, interesting move. Compromising. Whoa, I could have just taken that pawn. Like an idiot. Okay. Could have just taken on G5. Actually, no, because you take on G3. Okay, never mind. No, I'm not crazy. It was like intuitively, I knew there was a reason why my knight needed to stay here. I can never get enough practice. Pawn to audience. Alright. So, black has like G4. That's alright. The important thing is that we have a good knight versus bad bishop. This is straight out of Petrosian. So if I just trade everything, he'll probably end up losing the G pawn. I'm not sure if that's like enough to win the game though. Well, I mean, it should be, technically. But it's still a lot of work to do. The monster knight on e4. Bob is my promoter. Yeah. Nefedov would be a better money manager. That'd be a good job for you, Bob. You'd be like a agent for a Hollywood agent. Bob's a good name for a Hollywood agent. You call my agent Bob? No fun for black here. Okay, I missed rook g7 check. Coward pawn, thanks for the donation. No, that's bad. We take everything that's not nailed down. C6. You resign. Not that much time left. Don't forget that you have an increment and I don't. I don't want to play Bombast anymore. Elvira and the Nocturno. Bombast is ridiculous. He like wins every single game he plays, like a GM. I don't want to play the guy anymore. It's absurd. Like, it's not 2100. 2100s don't win every single game they play. He's a FIDE master or something. I mean, that's fine if he's a FIDE master, but it should like say that in his account, and he should be like 2350, not 2100. And even they make mistakes. He doesn't lose a single game. What did I do? I lost the first game against him. It was a draw, actually. Alright, Scoble's tricky. Looks like Scoble gained some points since the beginning of the tournament. To my imagination. It's a tricky guy. What does he do? Oh, he plays the... Yeah, let's just not give him any of that gambit stuff, okay? If you play the Caro-Kann, he'll play the Black Mardimer, and then you have to, like, accept his pawn sacrifice. Now you can do it anyway. Just don't recapture on e4, probably. My only problem is that I don't know this opening too well. The Gurgenidze Caro-Kann. But I assume knight f6, f3. I think I had a game with Nefedov like that. Very, very similar. Actually, one of my students had a game against Jay Bonin. And Bonin played like A6. Well, let's try it. It's weird. It controls B5 though, which is an annoying square. Probably more annoying with the white bishop on F4. One of my teammates got nailed like that last Sunday. Modern defense with like bishop F4 and knight B5, and then he had lost his right to castle, and he never recovered with black. I'm basically playing like Pavel Blatny here now. It's not really good for black. Knight F6. This A6 thing was a weird decision. What am I supposed to do now? Hard to get my pieces out. I mean, obviously I can play B5, I guess. It's so weird. Doesn't seem sound, but actually I'm not sure E5 is white's best. I'm not gonna berserk here in this game. The Scopel like plays gambits in kind of open positions, so technically this should be a good approach against him. Locked position against the gambitier. He seems very confident. He can sack a piece now. Messy. Okay, so what's happening? Queen E6, clearly. And I'm just screwed. This is not what I had in mind when I woke up this morning. Looks very, very bad for me. Just losing my whole center. If I lose the blockade of F5 though, I'm like toast immediately. So I figured here, maybe there's some vague hope. The one word I learned on this site is sack. Yeah, I never should have allowed him the stupid sacrifice though. I was just reckless, you know. I mean, knight g5, I could have met that with a solid move. I mean, even like king d7 would be solid. He played f5 now. Wow. I wonder if I was to sack it back. I could sack a piece back with knight e5. Why don't I just take and play knight b6? It doesn't look that clear. And even this is probably a mistake, because I have king e7, king e6. I mean, it's still really messy. I thought he could have considered bishop g5 to start with. That's a natural move, but I'm not sure it's the best. '92. So like rook f8. Where's my king going? It's going to d7. Alright, we'll move first and think later. Actually, he has knight g6 there, so we probably have to give up the exchange. Anyway. Move first, think later. It's by a Dutch player. Yes. A rook and 2 pawns for 2 pieces. Incredibly strong play by white. The guy who wrote think first, move later or whatever. Willie Hendricks. It's a book, obviously. I'm not sure if it's any good. I just heard about it. The guy twitches a lot. This nervous sort of habit. I was playing adjacent to him one time. He seemed to have like this nervous tick. We all have our demons. Knight f7. Preparing c5. As it gets more technical, I should have an advantage, practically speaking. Will it be enough? Not sure. I could see issues here. Time is pretty good. Bishop e3. Preemptively defending my knight. No, I gotta take dramatic action now, I think. Drastic action. Drastic measures. Shit. Shit has been called. It's a good thing e5 is overprotected, so if I have to play c5, at least I'll be secure in taking that without getting crushed immediately. I'm gonna have to play rook a8 now. I have to play rook a8. He didn't even think about it. He just immediately played c3. Wow. Totally unexpected. He sees everything tactically. Except for that. Man, that was a lucky break. He had like rook g3 there, which is like winning immediately. Sleep joining. Somebody beat Bombast, although he's unbeatable. The unbeatable 2100. It's ridiculous. Staunchly saying he's not a cheater, yet he never loses. Panda taking part in the tournament. Absolutely. What's up here now? Oh man, this is tough. This is really tough, guys. I don't know what to do. Messy. He's passed up on a couple of good lines. That's a good move. How can I attack that pawn? Ponda. Oh my god, I just let him do it to me. The move that I meant to not let him do, just let him do it. Ooh, baby. Maybe I can draw. Winning is out of the question now. We have increment because we're not berserking. I keep thinking we're berserking. Of course, this is a ridiculous comparison. Don't pay attention to Bob's extremist comments. Sometimes Bob's a little scary, but we let him hang out here anyway. Wow. Weird move. Rook b6. Could black be better? It's pretty hard to believe. I'll have to checkmate with bishop and knight. But it seems like Scoble is kind of messing this up. Man, this doesn't look good for white. That may not be my best. What am I thinking? Trying to stop both pawns. Alright. Miracle of endgame technique. No, I mean, Bombus is suspicious. It's not the first time. I don't want to play the guy anymore. I don't know. He strenuously denied that he's a cheater, but his score against me is enormous for his rating. So I don't want to play him anymore. I can't prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt that he's a cheater, but I agree that he's suspicious. So what's up, guys? Is Bombus playing? Uh-oh. Well, it doesn't matter if I don't want to give him a free game, though. He's playing now. Okay. I just don't want to play him anymore. He never makes mistakes, and he plays like incredibly fast. He's supposed to be 2100 FIDE, but he plays like an FM or IM. All right, we still have time to try to win this thing. 10-year-old is also underrated, but they seem human to me. Tazi Kingley in 4th place. Elvira Nocturno. Scobell. We were very lucky there, Scobell. You deserve to win. Uber Drivers. Uber Driver, what you had got held to a draws. Uber Driver's very solid. Inspired by me. Haber Bomb's doing well. Me boy. We've got 46 players. Tomorrow, guys, Weird Wednesday. If I can make it through the night. 10 a.m. Wednesday here on lichess and Twitch. Unusual openings in Blitz and Rapid. 2 Pandas. Maybe you remember Micro Panda from my stream when I was streaming in America. I don't know when you started watching. I think it was back then. He made the trip. But my camera's frozen. Let's see. Alright, we got a game. Laluo. Maybe I should berserk, but I'm in the middle of restarting my camera there. What happened? Properties. I did deactivate, okay. Wonder Twin powers activate. The camera did this with me the other day. Where is it? Let me try to refresh it. Alright, I think it's back. Yeah, that was sweet. We're done. We sacrificed 30 seconds. We got the Panda Cam working. That's the important thing. Hello. Hello. Hey, this is my show. Alright, there's a little bit of an issue, and that's why Micro Panda hasn't been allowed to watch the show, because Panda was asserting his dominance. Not the London system. Come on, man. Shouldn't have played knight f3. I'm just asking for it. I don't know why I play queen b3 so much. Better to just play b3 and play a normal réti, than trade queens. This is how my last tournament game against Kish Attila, like an 8-move draw. We had nothing to play for. Literally no reason to play. I just offered him a draw in 8 moves. I don't care what color I am. Our teams have no chance to be relegated or to move up. And Kish Attila and I are both like approximately the same rating. It just doesn't have a reason. I didn't want to beat on him. Alright. Actually, I have two draws in Hungarian Team Championship in this stupid opening. Very strange setup here by Laluo, actually. Unorthodox. Normally don't see that. Bishop d6, queen c7. But I'm not seeing any way to take advantage of it. It's extremely unorthodox. He's fast. It's a good thing I didn't berserk against him. 1875 correspondence. That's his highest rating. He's got a good score. 3 out of like 14. My rating died because I got sick and was playing when I was ill. I lost a whole bunch of 1600s in the last couple of days. Had trouble focusing. We got to get our rating points back. It's kind of hard to get them back, though. Okay, so this is just bad. Not good. Can Laluo withstand the devastating threats about to come down on him? At first I thought it was like just take knight d4, but he has like knight c5 in between move there. That's kind of weird. Queen b8, knight d6, queen d6, knight d4, knight c5, knight d6, knight b3. Getting confusing, but I can just take and play bishop f4. I think he's pretty much toast there. Oh, he has queen e7 even there, actually. Then I would have knight d4 at the end. We probably are winning eventually, somehow. But I want something convincing. Am I just stupid? Should I just take on c6 directly? Yeah. You can just take on d6 directly. Excuse me, that's c6. We'll just take this directly. Then knight c5. Then I'm going to get in trouble to bishop d7. I'm seeing ghosts. That's really there. That's not a ghost. That's an actual thing. Okay, so knight d4. Oh, in between move knight there. But that shouldn't matter, should it? Did I miss something? Rook c5 and knight f5? Yeah, that's true. He could play queen takes d6 on rook c5, I guess. Oh, he's insisting on this. Are you kidding me? Yeah, this is getting really, really irritating, dude. Eventually I'll win something. Greek KB to 1900. It's irritating to be so close to a combination. I'm gonna stop playing. Or maybe I can't tell from here. Okay. You found a5. Not surprising. So I can win a pawn, or I can look behind door number 2. Probably the wrong choice, as usual. End up winning a pawn. It's pretty much the same thing. A little bit of counterplay goes a long way for my opponent. Undeservedly getting counterplay here. He was blind to all these tactics, and he escapes with only minor scratches and bruises. It's just not fair. But this move is weird. He missed knight c4. He chose not to play knight c4. Oh, that's really weird. It's a major mistake. I mean, you could have gone to c4, at least caused me some slight inconvenience. Now you have no compensation. That's a weird choice. I mean, why was he afraid to play knight to c4? I had to play either like bishop c1 or... I mean, I guess at the end of the day I could have just played b3. Maybe he saw further than I did. Like knight takes d6, rook c6, knight c4, b3. And actually, yeah, he's got nothing. My knight's just protecting d2, and I'm happy to trade that. No, he saw it. He probably just correctly evaluated that it doesn't do anything anyway. He thought a long time on that move, actually. Probably saw it. I'm not sure about this move. It's kind of a weird move. I wanted to open my bishop on the long diagonal, but letting my pawn structure get shredded here, probably not the best. We're up a pawn. This is a little weak, though. We have the two bishops control the open file. I mean, this should be a winning position for white. His knight is really bad. I was thinking it might be able to crawl back to a5 or back here. But, I mean, objectively, he's got problems with his pawns being overextended. He should just lose. Guys, tomorrow, Wednesday. Weird Wednesday, Monday. What am I saying? Weird Wednesday, unusual openings. Yeah, Monday's the day, too. Hopefully my recovery will be a speedy one from this illness. I slept a lot today to rest and took the morning off. Okay, this is a solid choice. His knight is hurting. We're on the 7th rank. We're up a pawn. But he's still not dead yet. Don't want to lose that pawn. Maybe he'll have d4 at some point later. Not that easy to win here, despite all these advantages. Okay, this is kind of weird, but he wants to free himself. But I think that's a pretty crazy decision, really. To fix my pawn structure, essentially. Okay, this one's another pawn. I'm gonna get myself forked with knight e6. I didn't gain any points for this tournament. I'm still 22.93. This is the one tournament when I should have made it rated. So at least I can get some points back. Alright, we still got time for one more game. Bombas seems to have given up. Oh, he lost 2 games? What did he do? Like, throw them? He started throwing games to avert suspicion. That's weird. TJ chess, though, is pretty strong. 2076. He also drew with Stuck. What's up with the draw with Stuck? I mean, Stuck is 1100, though he does play really well sometimes. Bombas derailed by the team. Good job, guys. Way to take him out. Alright, Haberbomb, no more b6 for you. That was too scary the last time. I've got to find a new variation. All 2 games. Good job. Oh, that's you? TJ is Greek A? That rhymes. You beat Bombast? Or is that just a coincidence? Is that somebody else, Greek A? Well, I'm impressed by Stuck. Good job drawing Bombast. What was that about? What was that game like? He doesn't make mistakes against me. I can draw him, but I don't think I can, beat him very often. Theoretically, I did win some games against him. But he's scary. No, you're not TJ. Okay. Quiet move now. E3. Alright, so E3. Everybody usually prefers what do they prefer? A3 a lot. Bishop G5 I get sometimes. E4 is even E4 is possible. I had this game with Humpy Konoru where I was white against her in one of these, and I lost. I think I lost to her twice. I can't remember now. I think against... No. I have 2 losses against her. B takes C, so we're transitioning to some kind of, like, normal E3 Nimzo. It actually looks like in English. It looks like D4 English. Symmetrical, no, not symmetrical, but What line am I thinking of? The 4 knights English with d4. Abraham with f3, very aggressive. Bishop f5, kind of pushing the envelope there, because I have to take. And now I can play knight e4, try to hold it, the point, that is. Hold on to the... I'm not sure if this is asking too much of my existence. Bishop d3, bishop f5, castles, bishop g6. Probably white is better. This is nothing like a normal classical Nimzo. I mean, it's just so weird that somebody who plays the Queen C2 Nimzo would like this. Usually they hate the doubled pawns, that's why they play Queen C2. I guess I have knight d8. That could be a good defender of b7. Although it has almost no future from there. Of course, if d5, knight b7, knight c5, he's got a good square at d4 too, if he chooses to play d5. Both sides have a lot of outposts. Guys, thanks for joining my stream. Tournament is almost over. Looks like we're going to take it. Bombist, 10-year-old caught up. You guys can, actually this guy's close too. Alvaro Nocturno from Argentina, 26. You're welcome, Coram. I'm still not 100%, guys. We'll get back to full form by the end of the week. Yesterday was, I think, the worst of it. Last night, when I realized it wasn't an allergy. Just need some whiskey and I'll be fine. Nobody bought me a bottle of whiskey in a while. Now here we need to seriously consider knight b8, because d8 is the bad square. This can resurface like a submarine. From d8 it has to go through f6. I've had to do that actually in this line against Chernyshov, the Grandmaster from Russia. I had this variation in exactly, and I had to play like knight d8, and it had to get out, I think, through f7, which was kind of awkward. 100 for a drink, thank you, sir. Pondo had drunk most of the alcohol. He left the rum. I'm not that into rum. It's alright for mixed drinks, but I wouldn't drink shots of rum. Alright, so we got to bring this guy back. The next knight. Just in time to come to c5. If knight b5, knight c5. If knight f5, you chop in and play the other knight to c5. It's a nightmare for white. Absolute Nimzovichian principles at play here. He's got a strong knight, but mine are even stronger. This is like a kind of... I would call this like absolutely classic stock Nimzovichian position, where the bishops are dead. This bishop is condemned to passivity by its pawns. This bishop also blocked by its own pawns to a great degree. Knights are actually stronger than the bishops here. Pawns can't drink alcohol, by the way. Well, this one can. I mean, he's constantly sneaking beers into the zoo and stuff. Now what? What do we do? If I play knight f6, he can liberate bishop number 1 with e4. f5 would be a sick positional sacrifice. f5, rook takes f5, rook f8, rook takes f8, king takes f8. I mean, I guess he can play rook f4 there, though, and make me take, and then his bishop lives. So it's probably best to just do this, like, more straightforward approach. He has queen d4. One knight against one bishop now. There's a big hole on b3. He still has yet to play e4. Come on. Now if he plays e4, he loses it. a4. I guess we'll fix that. He wants to play bishop a3, but he's tied down to the e3 pawn. So we fix this weakness on a4. We just pile everything we've got on the e file, like rook e8, queen d7, rook e7, rook e8. Try to double or triple along the e file. Knight's power's on a timer. Okay, he's got e4, but it just falls if he plays that. And he's done a good job trying to survive here. But I think now it's kind of like locked down. He could play g4. This is undefendable. It's a dream. The Nimzovich dream. Strategically lost for white. Well, that move I didn't anticipate. Just try to trade pieces at this point. I resigned. Okay, so we finished first. Alvaro Nocturno with 30 is second. Bombas and 10-year-old tied for third. Thanks, guys, for playing and joining me. Sportsmanlike resignation there by Haberbaum. He probably could have survived and timed out the game, so it didn't count in the tournament, but he's pretty lost. Down 2 pawns, so it was cool to resign. Appreciate that. Get to 40 points. Nocturno 30. Both these guys at 27. Taza Kingsley played the record number of games. Uber Driver with 6th. I had a 2,095 performance. It's pretty low. I lost against Bombast, but that's it, right? This is how Bombast is 2,100. He lost 2 games. He's got a higher performance rating than me. How does that work? Alvaro Negro Modelo, no. Alvaro Nocturno with 2163 performance. That's pretty solid. But again, the top 10, Sparkle Horse, Alvaro. Bombas, 10-year-old, Taza, Uber Driver, Vichy, Scoble, Haberbaum, and TJ Chess. TJ Chess is also from India. Okay, pretty strong, 2076. Thanks for the games, guys. Thanks for supporting the stream. Says, what? I want a perfect game in a 30-30 tournament today? Yeah, definitely submit it for our subscriber stream on Thursday. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the stream. I think our subscriber numbers are a little bit down since like the last couple weeks. So if you like the stream, subscribe. Definitely support the stream that way. Thank you for the bit donations today. From Jim, Alms on Twitch, Big Money, Never Odd or Even, T Dark, Merle Dixon, Nils, Coward Pawn, or Chess, Emma6. Actually, this last 2 streams, Monday and Tuesday. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. Make a streaming donation with the Pawn to GIF on Twitch stream, or you can make a donation via PayPal. Thanks for supporting the stream, guys. And I'm gonna get some rest and be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Blitz and Rapid Chess with weird openings tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you guys later. Have a great night. Thanks, everybody. Bye.